Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we discuss about how recycling destroys our planet. Recycling prevents the emissions of many greenhouse gases and water pollutants, and saves energy. Using recovered material generates less solid waste. Recycling helps to reduce the pollution caused by the extraction and processing of virgin materials. Here are some examples with data to illustrate how recycling can potentially harm the planet. 1. E-waste recycling. The Global E-Waste Monitor 2020 reported that the world generated a record 53.6 million metric tons of electronic waste in 2019, with only 17.4% being recycled in formal recycling systems. Improper recycling or disposal of e-waste can result in the release of hazardous substances such as lead, mercury, and cadmium into the environment, causing soil and water contamination. According to a study in the Journal of Environmental Science and Technology, e-waste recycling in China led to increased pollution and health risks due to the release of pollutants during dismantling and processing. Plastic recycling. A report by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation estimates that only 9% of the plastic waste ever generated has been recycled, while 40% is landfilled and 30% ends up in the environment. Chemical recycling, which involves breaking down plastic into its original components, is energy-intensive and requires significant resources. A study published in the journal Science Advances found that plastic recycling, especially for low-value plastics, produces more greenhouse gas emissions than waste-of-energy processes or landfilling. 2. Contamination of recycling streams. One major issue is the contamination of recycling streams. When non-recyclable items are mistakenly included in recycling bins, they can contaminate the entire batch. This contamination not only hampers the recycling process, but also increases the need for additional resources and energy to sort and correct the mistakes. It results in lower recycling rates, wasted efforts, and ultimately, more materials being sent to landfills. 3. Energy consumption and CO2 emissions. The recycling process itself requires energy. In cases where recycling facilities are not adequately equipped or operate inefficiently, the amount of energy consumed can be significant. This can lead to increased carbon dioxide emissions, contributing to climate change. It is crucial for recycling facilities to prioritize energy-efficient technologies and constantly strive for improvement to minimize their carbon footprint. Transportation and logistics. Recycling materials often need to be transported from collection points to processing facilities. Inefficient logistics and long transportation distances can significantly increase fossil fuel consumption, emissions, and environmental impact. Localizing recycling centers, optimizing transportation routes, and promoting regional recycling initiatives can help mitigate this issue. 4. Hazardous recycling practices. Improper recycling of hazardous materials is another grave concern. Substances like batteries, electronics, and certain plastics contain toxic components that can leach into soil and water if not handled correctly. Inadequate disposal practices and the lack of specialized recycling facilities can potentially harm ecosystems and human health. 5. Global recycling imbalances. The global trade of recyclables poses challenges as well. Developed countries often export their recyclable waste to developing nations, which may lack proper infrastructure and regulations to manage it sustainably. This can lead to environmental pollution, health hazards for local communities, and an overall burden on the receiving country's resources. While recycling remains a crucial practice for reducing waste and conserving resources, ineffective and mismanaged recycling processes can indeed have negative consequences for our planet. Contamination of recycling streams, excess energy consumption, transportation-related emissions, hazardous recycling practices, and global recycling imbalances all contribute to the potential harm caused. It is imperative that governments, recycling facilities, and individuals work together to improve recycling methods, promote sustainability, and ensure that proper recycling practices are followed to protect our planet for future generations. Subscribe my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.